The NFL season is about to start, and honestly, I could not be more excited. Right now, every team is super excited and every team is full of hope, thinking this is our year. Sadly for some teams, it's gonna be another down year, or what we like to call a rebuilding year. I wanna talk to you guys about rebuilding years, because sometimes every team goes through rebuilding years. Every person has seasons in their lives where they're rebuilding, where things are not as great and fantastic as you want them to be. Not every season in your life will be a win now season. There are seasons that will be a struggle. You might lose your job, you might lose relationships, things are going to happen. You're gonna have seasons in your life that aren't as fun, but they're just a season. So take hope. If you're going through something right now, it's just a season. This is just a time in your life where you might have to rebuild some things. And that's okay. For me, it's a lot easier when you can see kind of light at the end of the tunnel, right? Like when your team is really bad and there's no hope for the future, that's when you get upset. That's when you get frustrated as a fan. But if your team's not very good and you got some young pieces and you think, well, we might be able to contend in a few years. Now my Timberwolves will rebuild for like 13 years, 14 years. That's not quite as fun, but just 1 or 2 seasons, you can go through that as a fan. As a player, it's okay to rebuild sometimes. There are different seasons in your life. Some seasons that are fantastic, some seasons that are rough, and some seasons that are, a little bit of both. Right now, I'm in a season in my life where my wife is working more than me and making a whole lot more money than me. That's not easy. That's a tough season. But first of all, we believe this is where God has us for this season. Second of all, it's only a season, and I'm kind of taking a step back in my life, in my career. But I'm learning and I'm growing, and I truly believe that I had to go through this rebuilding year to get to something bigger and better. Rebuilding years are hard, but if you use this time right, and you get with God, and you work through things, and you actually focus on rebuilding, I promise you, when this season is over, you're gonna be better off than you ever could have been before it.